Hey, I'm Todd. Thanks for choosing to watch my video, and if you would subscribe it, like it, all that stuff, that'd be great. Otherwise, enjoy the video, and I hope it gives you the information you need and is helpful to you. Take care. So I do get a lot of comments with people saying I have saved them a lot of money, and I do get questions, hey, can I send you some money somehow? And now there is a way, if you so choose, called fan funding. You'll find it on the channel page right there. So we're underneath 2009 Chrysler Town and Country. Going to be doing a transmission service. Take the transmission pan down right here, just 10mm bolts and one bracket bolt nut right there, the white one. Otherwise, we'll just go around and take off these 10mm bolts. On this pan, this is the driver's side, so look for this pan on the driver's side. Transmission, we'll take those off. We'll get a drain pan underneath there. I left a couple bolts in there just so it doesn't just fall down on me, but these ones where they're siliconed on can be a pain to get off, so we'll use a so maybe use a couple of these items here, maybe a little hammer. We'll try and get this in here, work it in here on the edge, but that's what I'll be doing to try and get this free. Again, it's not necessarily very easy, a little time consuming, but we don't want to bend the heck out of this as much as possible. We'll keep it as straight as we can, of course. So I scraped up here in this corner. I don't know if you can see how well you can see, but there's just really no gap at all. We're using silicone, making it pretty difficult to separate it. So we're going to get a pry bar out here maybe and manhandle it a little bit. taps with a hammer seems to set it free a little bit. Got a pry bar just wedged in there a little bit on one of the little ear tabs. And we'll just let it drain a little bit. Little magnet right there covered it with some debris. We'll get that all cleaned up, and then we'll clean the pan up with the razor blade probably and a scraper. Get it nice and clean before we reinstall it. Clean up there, and there's our filter to take out as well. Got an O-ring on here and a couple little pins right here. This one actually kind of broke off. 2 pins, they fit in holes up there. There's where the O-ring goes right there. So this will just snap back into place. You just push it up, it'll snap into place when we put the new one in. And we'll just clean around this as well. Make everything clean before we reinstall it. Alright, so of course, yes, we snapped our filter into place. We got a gasket with our kit, so we got the rubber gasket in here. We have it held in place by 4 bolts, which we started by hand and put it up there. So we're just going to go ahead and finish installing the rest of the bolts, left to loosen, right to tighten, and then we'll torque them down. So we got our bolts tight. They're only 6 Newton meters or 50 inch-pounds, not very tight at all. So snug them down, put our nut on here, and we'll drop it down and add fluid. I got our dipstick out for transmission fluid right there. That's where I add the fluid as well. It says idle in park. When checking, use Mopar ATF +4 type 9602, I think is the number on that. Lower holes for cold oil and upper holes for hot oil, and we got our holes up here, and it says add/cold and hot, so do not overfill, do not add if the oil is between the hash marks. So all kinds of information on your dipstick. We're just going to add fluid. It says if you're doing a service, it's 5.5 quarts. I'm probably going to start with 5. So I'll keep adding fluid up to 5 quarts, and we'll start up and run it through the gears, let it run for maybe 10-15 minutes, and we'll start checking the fluid level with the dipstick. Been running for a few minutes. We'll drop the dipstick in here, clean it off. And kind of actually looks like it's already up to the full mark, kind of up here. Didn't really expect So maybe to suggest for you to start with about 4.5. We have something we can suck some fluid out if it's over full, so now I'm going to take it for a test drive and double check the fluid level and then adjust it as necessary. But when I'm done driving it, I like to have it definitely in the middle of the hot, or even a little bit below. I never like to have it up to the top, just due to temperature issues in the transmission. Also, it's not very hot today, so when it's 90 degrees outside, it definitely could be worse. It could be fuller. Alright. Test drive and then make your fluid adjustments as needed. That would complete your transmission service. Transmission filter kit on your 2009 Chrysler Town and Country. Probably Dodge's too. This is probably going to look the same. Good luck to you guys.